The year was 2008. The world was reeling from a financial crisis, the likes of which hadn't been seen in decades. Banks, once seen as unshakable pillars of the global economy, teetered on the brink of collapse, sending shockwaves through every sector. It was in this climate of distrust and uncertainty that Bitcoin emerged, offering a glimmer of hope to those disillusioned by traditional financial systems. Its creator, the enigmatic Satoshi Nakamoto, remains a mystery to this day, shrouded in layers of anonymity and speculation. Some believe Nakamoto to be a single person, a lone genius working in the shadows. Others speculate it to be a collective of brilliant minds collaborating in secret. Regardless of their true identity, one thing is clear: they were deeply skeptical of traditional financial systems and the centralized control they represented. Nakamoto envisioned a digital currency free from government control and manipulation, a currency that could operate independently of any central authority. This vision was built on the principles of cryptography and powered by a decentralized network of computers, each playing a role in maintaining the system's integrity. This network, known as the blockchain, would record every transaction in a public ledger, making it transparent and virtually impossible to tamper with, ensuring trust through technology. On January 3, 2009, the first block of the Bitcoin blockchain was mined, forever known as the Genesis block, marking the beginning of a new era in finance. This event marked the birth of a financial revolution, one that promised to change the way we think about money and value. The early days of Bitcoin were shrouded in anonymity, with few knowing who was behind the pseudonym Satoshi Nakamoto. It was a playground for cypherpunks, tech enthusiasts, and those seeking alternative financial avenues, a community driven by a shared vision of decentralization. In those days, the value of a Bitcoin was negligible, fractions of a cent traded among a small group of believers. Few could have predicted the meteoric rise that lay ahead, a rise that would capture the world's attention and imagination. But within its code, a revolution was brewing, one that promised to disrupt the established order and empower individuals in ways never before imagined. This disruptive promise was not just about money, it was about freedom, transparency, and a new way of thinking about trust and value in the digital age. Bitcoin's journey from obscurity to mainstream acceptance has been nothing short of extraordinary, a testament to the power of innovation and the human spirit. As we look to the future, the possibilities of blockchain technology seem limitless, with potential applications far beyond digital currency, promising to reshape industries and redefine the way we interact with the world. Bitcoin stands as a symbol of change, a beacon for those who believe in the power of technology to create a better, more equitable world. And as Bitcoin continues to evolve, it challenges us to rethink our assumptions and imagine new possibilities for the future of finance and beyond. The story of Laszlo Hanyecz is now the stuff of legend in the Bitcoin community. His name is synonymous with one of the most famous transactions in the history of cryptocurrency. On May 22, 2010, this programmer from Florida made history. It was a day that would forever be etched in the annals of Bitcoin lore. He purchased 2 Papa John's pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoins. This seemingly simple act of buying pizza would go on to symbolize the potential of Bitcoin as a real-world currency. At the time, this amount of Bitcoin was worth roughly $41. It was a modest sum, but the implications were enormous. It was the first documented real-world transaction using Bitcoin. This transaction demonstrated that Bitcoin could be used for everyday purchases, not just as a digital asset. Today, those same 10,000 Bitcoins would be worth hundreds of millions of dollars. The value of Bitcoin has skyrocketed, reflecting its growing acceptance and demand. Hanyecz's purchase, while seemingly insignificant at the time, marked a turning point. It was a proof of concept that Bitcoin could function as a medium of exchange. It proved that Bitcoin could be used as a medium of exchange for goods and services. This was a critical step in Bitcoin's journey towards mainstream adoption. As more people started using Bitcoin, its value began to climb. The early adopters saw the potential and began to invest, driving up the price. Early adopters, drawn by its revolutionary potential, became evangelists. They spread the word about Bitcoin, attracting more users and investors. Online forums buzzed with excitement as the price of Bitcoin reached $1, then $10, then $100. Each milestone was celebrated as a victory for the community. Each milestone fueled the growing interest in this digital gold rush. People from all walks of life were intrigued by the idea of a decentralized currency. The media took notice, with articles appearing in major publications, both praising and questioning this new form of currency. Bitcoin was no longer a niche interest. It was becoming a global phenomenon. The world was watching, curious and cautiously optimistic. Governments, financial institutions, and everyday people were all paying attention to Bitcoin's rise. But the journey was not without its bumps. Technical glitches, security breaches, and the volatile nature of the market created uncertainty. These challenges tested the resilience of the Bitcoin community. The volatile nature of the market created uncertainty. Prices could swing wildly in a matter of hours, making it a risky investment for many. The Mt. Gox hack of 2014, where millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin were stolen, sent shockwaves through the community. It was a stark reminder of the risks involved in this nascent technology. It underlined the risks associated with this nascent technology. Security was a major concern, and the community had to find ways to protect their investments. However, like a phoenix rising from the ashes, Bitcoin persevered. The community rallied together, determined to overcome the setbacks and continue the journey. Developers worked tirelessly to improve security and scalability. They introduced new protocols and technologies to make Bitcoin more robust and user-friendly. The community learned from its mistakes, becoming more resilient in the process. Each challenge was met with innovation and determination, paving the way for Bitcoin's continued growth and success. At its core, Bitcoin is deceptively simple. It's a revolutionary concept that has taken the world by storm, challenging traditional financial systems and introducing a new way to think about money. It's a digital currency that exists solely online. Unlike traditional currencies, Bitcoin is not printed or minted. It's created and held electronically. There are no physical coins, no bills to stuff in your wallet. Instead, Bitcoins are stored in digital wallets, which can be accessed through computers or smartphones. Secured by complex cryptography. This cryptography ensures that only the owner of the wallet can access and use the Bitcoins stored within. This cryptography is what makes Bitcoin so secure. It uses advanced algorithms to protect transactions and ensure that they cannot be tampered with. Every transaction is recorded on the blockchain, a public ledger distributed across a network of computers. This ledger is transparent and accessible to anyone, providing a level of openness that traditional financial systems lack. Think of the blockchain as a giant digital ledger. It keeps a record of every single Bitcoin transaction ever made, ensuring that the history of each Bitcoin is traceable and verifiable. Every time someone sends or receives Bitcoin, the transaction is added to this ledger. This process is automatic and happens in real time, ensuring that the blockchain is always up to date. This ledger is not controlled by any single entity like a bank or government. Instead, it operates on a decentralized network, meaning that no single person or organization has control over it. Instead, it's maintained by a distributed network of computers around the world. These computers work together to validate and record transactions, ensuring the integrity of the blockchain. These computers, known as miners, use powerful hardware to solve complex mathematical problems. These problems are designed to be difficult to solve, ensuring that the process of adding new transactions to the blockchain is secure. The first miner to solve the problem adds the next block of transactions to the blockchain and is rewarded with newly minted Bitcoins. This reward system incentivizes miners to continue maintaining the network. This process, known as mining, is what keeps the Bitcoin network secure and operational. By solving these problems, miners ensure that the blockchain remains tamper-proof and reliable. Because the blockchain is distributed and constantly being updated, it's incredibly difficult to alter or manipulate. Any attempt to change a transaction would require altering every subsequent block, which is practically impossible. This decentralized nature is what sets Bitcoin apart from traditional currencies. It operates independently of any central authority, providing a level of freedom and autonomy that is unprecedented in the financial world. It gives users control over their money, free from the whims of governments and financial institutions. This control is empowering, allowing individuals to manage their finances on their own terms. It's a system built on trust, transparency, and the power of cryptography. By leveraging these principles, Bitcoin offers a new way to think about and use money. paving the way for a financial revolution. As Bitcoin matured, its potential began to attract attention from beyond the tech-savvy early adopters. Financial institutions, initially dismissive, started to take notice. Hedge funds and venture capitalists saw an opportunity for profit in this volatile but promising market. In 2017, the price of Bitcoin skyrocketed, reaching an all-time high of nearly $20,000. The media went into a frenzy, with stories of overnight millionaires and tales of caution from skeptical economists. Major companies like Microsoft, PayPal, and Tesla began accepting Bitcoin as payment. Countries like El Salvador even adopted it as legal tender. The world was waking up to the potential of cryptocurrency. This mainstream adoption brought with it a new wave of investors, further driving up the price and legitimizing Bitcoin in the eyes of many. However, this newfound attention also brought with it increased scrutiny. Governments grappled with how to regulate this decentralized currency. Debates raged about its environmental impact, the potential for illicit activities, and its volatility. Bitcoin, once a niche technology, was now a global phenomenon, forcing the world to confront its potential and its challenges. With its rising popularity, Bitcoin found itself at the center of numerous controversies. Its decentralized nature, while appealing to many, also raised concerns. Regulators worried about its potential use in money laundering, tax evasion, and other illegal activities. The anonymity afforded by Bitcoin, while not absolute, made it attractive to those operating in the shadows. The environmental impact of Bitcoin mining became a major point of contention. The massive amount of electricity required to power the network's computers raised alarms. Critics argued that the energy consumption was unsustainable and outweighed any potential benefits. Proponents countered by highlighting the use of renewable energy sources in some mining operations and the potential for Bitcoin to incentivize the development of cleaner energy solutions. While some governments embraced Bitcoin, others responded with skepticism or outright hostility. China, once a global hub for Bitcoin mining, implemented a blanket ban, citing concerns about financial stability and energy consumption. Other countries introduced regulations to prevent money laundering and protect investors. The battle for Bitcoin's future was being fought on multiple fronts, with its ultimate fate far from certain.